and with supporting of United Kingdom, all in all, we made very good job. We made Crimea not military zone, but half military zone, or maybe 1/3 military zone, yeah. And Russia should to replace their fleet to, more far from Ukraine, to Novorossiysk and someone else.
What are you hoping to hear from the new UK government here at Labour conference?
New Labour government, of course, we wait continuous unwavering support of Ukraine, as it was, but as it was promised by Labour's previous year on previous conference, when I had honorable possibility to make my address to conference. But all in all, of course, situation dynamic. All time it changes, and now we can observe much more level of escalation to side of Ukraine from side of aggressor country, Russian Federation, and of course this autumn, that it's time for very serious and very historical decisions that our president. How our president told yesterday, but we know that it's not only some words, it's necessary of Ukrainian nation to survive, to overcome this aggression, and at the end of the day, to win together with allies this very awful enemy. That's why we're here to next promotion our ideas, to next explaining what is going on the field, what is going on in our cities, how we live this summer, how we spend the summer without electricity in our buildings, in our residence, etc., and what we are afraid from next months from winter, because it's also a very big issue how Ukrainians will spend these next months.
Were you happy to see Foreign Secretary David Lamy engaging with US partners?
It's the biggest friend, from maybe from government, I don't know, but of course, Keir Starmer also our big friend. He was 2 times in Kiev. But David Lamy and past year and all his visits that he had for in last year. All time he was very open to discussion with us, and he was very active in promotion next to next colleagues, and I feel that he our friend not only in terms of inside UK, but I think my perceptions that he helps us outside to promote this idea, for example, through our biggest allies, United States, because we observed last time a very rare but very important communication between ministries and heads of main intelligence services. It's good signs for Ukraine, because when our allies start to think together what we can do, we hope that will be some result of this, discussion.
And so you were happy to see them talking about the idea of Storm Shadow?
Absolutely. It's one of our feeling that using long-range missiles against different military object on near border in Russian Federation will make huge difference with the situation that now, even in terms of war campaign, but in terms of psychological campaign, because we should do something to change perception this war from the Russian side, particularly from side of citizens from cities, of big cities like Moscow, Petersburg. I don't want wish something to civil residents anyway, because it's we should to fight by rules of war. But in terms of informational campaign, they should to know that somewhere in Kursk region, Sudzha, another city, they don't control it. It's not by their control. On other cities, they received some attacks every night. On other cities, storages explode like big firework. etc., etc., etc. They lose planes, they lose airports, they lose storages, they lose part of their territory, and they should to start to, to reflect on what is going on, and start to ask this question from the government. It's autocracy. It's not place to some discussion and questions. But all in all, we should work with this part of war elsewhere.
And we've seen, like you say, that series of strikes on ammunition depots, the incursion into Kursk. How has that changed the perception of whether or not Putin is willing to escalate this war anymore?
When we start to discuss about the next level of escalation, it's called some red lines. I like usually citizen of Kiev city. I felt all kinds of escalation. From some Iranian shaheds to ballistic missiles from North Korea that are not so precision, unfortunately. And they shoot down not in right place, only to civilian, some places, not to military object, etc., etc., etc. Every day and every night we observe where this new 50 shaheds will fly this night, or it will be to Kiev, or to Kharkiv, or to Kryvyi Rih, or to someone else, or to our energetic infrastructure, and we will find solution on next morning. How we will spend next day, with electricity or without. Okay. If you talk about, some hybrid part of war, cyber attacks to, in terms of media, someone else, propaganda, using political parties anywhere in Europe particularly. What the escalation also we cannot wait. Only maybe nuclear attacks. But I think partners of Putin from other part of the world will keep him from that because, it's very unsafety for all over the world. I think he will not, be able to do this. That's why it's some, theoretical discussion for big part of the world. But for Ukraine, it's practical discussion.
Yeah.
We need to give answer, and we need to make our answer more and more strong, to stop this aggression and to rise in Russian elites willing to sit down to one table and to find, some diplomatic solution, but in approach of justice, peace for Ukraine, first of all.
And how important then is it that Ukraine has that capability to strike back into Russia, to show, the Kremlin, perhaps most importantly, that they can't just, that there are consequences for attacking Ukraine?
We can do something. Of course, our military industry become more, stronger and stronger day to day. We're not the same as we were from the start of full-scale invasion, but all in all, of course, modern Western military technology, it was built by years, dozens of years. We can't replace it in 1-2 years, even by our creative engineers, even by making some mixing system like drone and shahed in one body. But okay, it's all we started from the scratch. Of course, our engineers are becoming very effective every day, but we need support of Western weapons to make these attacks more, efficient.
And how would you judge the support from the UK, but also Europe on the whole throughout this war?
We know that UK is one of the leaders of coalition, and if you talk about some, part of this very important impact, it's impact to our sea war, and with supporting of United Kingdom. All in all, we made very good job. We made Crimea not military zone, but half military zone, or maybe 1/3 military zone. Yeah, and Russia should to replace their fleet to more far from Ukraine, to Novorossiysk and someone else. On the other hand, our creative new idea about sea drones worked very, in very interesting way and make some difference on the sea. With support of United Kingdom. Of course, it's supporting of our drone part of the war. Of course, it's training. We're very, very thankful for training our brothers and sisters here, and we ask to increase this amount because we need, high quality trained soldiers to make our efforts more and more realistic, more and more efficient. If you talk about all Europe, and we can observe very optimistic news about promotion idea of, common building some common defense system inside Europe. It will be new Euro Commissar in defense and space. And by rumors, it will be Andrius Kubilius, our big friend of Ukraine, also Latin politics. And of course, I think it's time to European countries, to UK, to United States also, to rethink about military strategy, to rethink about production, to rethink about capacity of production shells, not even for something special, and to investigate some new weapon. This war shows that even in compare very traditional weapon like artillery, like shells, Western production not so fast as evil coalition, or you can say anyway, but we know about what we discussed, Russia, North Korea, Iran, etc., etc. That's why I think it's a good time to make some ambition, but very necessary decisions. Yesterday we had about willing of David Lamy to increase level of using GDP to military necessary and up to 2.5% of GDP. I think it's very good idea for United Kingdom because it's time to be more, strong in terms of security also. In terms of some, project for real people. And on Labour conference, it's very right place to observe all of it. You can observe any NGOs, any movements, any, what people do like Green Deal and some unconditional of life and increase debt, etc., etc. Young activity. But also, I think next conferences will be also with some, part of military agenda, military discussion. It's, it's necessary enough time. It's not something that we want to do, but we needed to do.